Right now, Metro Police are investigating a deadly shooting in the Russell neighborhood. It happened just before 9 last night at 26 and Madison Streets. When officers got there, they found a man who was shot. He was taken to Louisville Hospital. He died when he got there. Detectives are canvassing the area trying to find witnesses. Anyone with information is asked to call the anonymous police tip line at 574 LMPD. Changes could be on the way for people in Louisville who run Airbnbs and other short-term rentals. At a meeting last night, the city's planning commission considered more than a dozen recommended changes to the regulations. They include restricting occupancy to 12 adults and even fewer if the Board of Zoning Adjustments wants to add further restrictions. Owners would also be required to live at a residence for at least 6 months before they submit an application. The annual registration fee would increase to $250. Currently, it's $100. The recommendations come after concerns about short-term rentals.
Our neighborhood is on the brink of becoming all short-term rentals, with many blocks in our neighborhood containing 2 to 4 STRs, and some are right next door to each other.
Many Airbnb owners and operators spoke against the proposal. They argue a handful of owners are making everyone else look bad.
And I'm here to support other Airbnb owners that are like me. I'm trying to supplement my income. I'm trying to preserve, maintain, protect, and pay for the historic property that I own. With rising taxes, insurance, utilities, and maintenance costs, the struggle is real every day.
The Planning Commission sent the recommendations to the Metro Council with some slight adjustments. The Louisville Metro Council will ultimately have the approval of any regulation changes. The group Friends of Public Art says it will fight a judge's ruling preventing the return of the John Castleman statue in Cherokee Triangle. On Monday, Judge Jennifer Bryant Wilcox denied the group's motion to reinstall the statue. The request came after the Kentucky Supreme Court gave the group a victory, recently finding a conflict of interest in the original decision to remove the statue.
We again feel that they're improperly proceeding with this decision. So we think that they're not legally based, and we'll challenge that up to the Supreme Court if it takes it again.
The statue was repeatedly vandalized in the years leading up to 2020 because of Castleman's ties to the Confederacy. Weiser and Friends of Public Art argue Castleman worked to keep the parks integrated and have proposed adding a memorial to the Cherokee Triangle spot to recognize those who fought park segregation. Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg's office has said repeatedly it has no plans to place the statue in its original location. It's currently in outdoor storage on a Metro lot. Friends, family, and students gathered to say goodbye to Oldham County teacher Maxwell Emerson. Emerson was shot and killed on a Washington, D.C. college campus while he was there for a conference. Yesterday afternoon, people lined the halls at Southeast Christian Church's Crestwood campus ahead of the funeral service. Tables were also set up where people could share their memories of the well-known teacher. D.C. police have charged a 22-year-old man with Emerson's murder. A Marion County Sheriff's deputy who was killed in the line of duty was laid to rest yesterday. 61-year-old Deputy John Durham was driving an inmate back to the Marion County Jail from the hospital. Police say when he walked around the van to let the inmate out, the prisoner used the chains on his handcuffs to choke the deputy to death. Deputy Durham was with the Marion County Sheriff's Department for 38 years. The inmate was charged with felony murder, robbery, and escape. A controversial expansion plan by a locally owned concrete company had people in Hillview raising health concerns. Connor Steffen reports why a decision by the city council shocked everybody.
This is for the council meeting.
Concern.
If this was in your backyard, you would not let it happen.
After concern.
We are asking you to not only listen to us, but to hear us.
Hillview City Council fielded dozens during this public hearing over a company's plan to expand.
We've never been reassured. I feel like he's being robbed.
But now she's going to have to get checked.
Look around before they buy a piece of land.
Though it was one concrete concern or concrete company that brought these Hillview homeowners here.
139 traffic stops.
The fight over a proposed city ordinance allowing family-owned business S&S Concrete to rezone nearly 10 acres of its light industrial land as heavy industrial, allowing to site large-scale undertakings and heavy industrial equipment. It's raised health concerns for neighbors living just feet from it.
Our neighborhood is not an urban area, and our neighborhood is not suitable for industrial purposes.
Steve has done everything that he can and will continue to do to make sure that he's in
compliance health-wise with all the departments.
S&S Concrete owner Steve Smith said his workers have been told to be mindful of residents while working, though he also admits to having used a rock crusher on the site for about 6 months after buying the property in 2022.
An attorney for the company says that Smith, who is a fourth-generation business owner, wasn't aware he needed a different zoning permit to operate the rock crusher at the time. She says when he found out, he immediately stopped using the equipment.
That equipment will sit idle a bit longer now after this vote.
3 votes for, 3 against. We'll go back to the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Hillview City Council holding an expansion to property or operations for now.
It is so exciting because it's from the heart.
A vote that came as a surprise to these neighbors.
Some of the council members too, they voted yes. If they lived in my place, I'm not a betting person, but I still, every nickel I got, they would not want to live there.
In Hillview, Connor Steffen, WHAS11 on your side.
Neighbors say they respect Smith and his business, but they prefer his operations move elsewhere. In a statement, the company's attorney says it's working on the next steps for S&S Concrete at this time. The issue of rezoning now heads to the Bullitt County Planning and Zoning Commission.